Hey, what's going on, everybody? I'm starting a new video series. I'm gonna talk about every week I'm gonna do a fantasy football recaps with all the winners, losers, and everything like that. As you see, and I'm gonna go down the list for you. A lot of big winners in week one: Drew Brees, Brandon Cooks, Willie Snead, Jameis Winston, Spencer Ware. As you saw, Drew Brees had a big game, even in the loss. If those of you had the Saints with Snead, Cooks, and Brees, you probably did good. And you probably, if you were playing FanDuel or DraftKings, you probably won big. And depending on the other players, you had pick. Carson Wentz also did well too. Andrew Luck did well. These are some of the players. I didn't name them all, but these are like most of the big names, notable names that did well in the fantasy in week one. And then you got the fantasy losers of Adrian Peterson, Devontae Freeman, Keenan Allen, Tyrod Taylor, Dez Bryant, Odell Beckham. He didn't have a big game at all. He struggled, and actually Dez Bryant, I think he had one catch or something like that. And a lot of people had Bryant and Beckham in their fantasy, but that's what happened. That's what happens sometimes when you think you got the right amount of, you got the right players, and then they just don't turn out what you expect them to turn out. So I don't think Bryant and Beckham will have bad games 2-3 weeks in a row, but I wouldn't give up on them as well, and I would probably use them during the week with some other players. Now, and probably this week the players are going to go up because the value goes up depending on the game that they have. So, it's really hard to really gauge who's going to have a good first game. But I think in week two, it's going to be a little bit difficult because Drew Brees' salary is going to go up. Brandon Cook's salary is going to go up. So you're not going to be able to get Brees, Snead, and Cooks at value and then try to fit some other players in unless you go really, really cheap and get some sleepers and hope that the sleepers do well. But we will see what happens with within the coming weeks. And tomorrow, what I would do, I will post a video on what players you should look out for and the sleepers. So stay tuned for that video. Thursday, I will post an NFL lineup for week two. Don't forget to check that out on Thursday. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel, but also follow me on Twitter, follow me on Instagram. You can also email me. Look out for me on Facebook. If you want to support the channel, just click the donate button on the channel. As I said, check for late game scratches and use lineups as guides and just play for the fun of it. Don't always try to play for the money because sometimes you're not going to win big money unless you get it just right. So I would just, play for fun. And if you win something, great. If you don't spend your whole check in fantasy sports. And a lot of you ask me, oh, will I do fantasy baseball? I probably won't be doing no more fantasy baseball for the rest of the year, basically because unless I decide to do something during the playoffs, I don't know if I'll do that or not. But probably I won't be doing fantasy baseball the rest of the year until the playoffs start. But I'll let you know if I will do some playoff fantasy or not. But in any event, thanks for watching this video, and I will talk to you